guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today I'm privileged to be with Ciaran Lyons.
Hello, thank you for having me on the show.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming out and taking the trip.
Nice chill park here.
Yeah, it was a bit chilly as well. I'm very sorry, I don't control the weather.
No, I was just realised, because I was sitting on a bench and I was like, I haven't done this in years, just sit in a bench in a park.
I'm really bringing you back to
it takes me back
days.
to my childhood days.
Not just your early career days, but your childhood as well.
Yeah, it's all come full circle.
Well, welcome to Rave It Up.
Yeah, thank you.
It is a pleasure to finally have you on the show. And since this is your first time on the show, I'd love to actually start from the beginning, if that's all right, and really get to know who you are and where you've come from and all the hard work that's been involved. So first, we'd love to know, was actually a comedy what you always wanted to do as a career, or did you more see it as like a hobby when you were younger and had other careers in mind?
Well, when I was younger, the first career that I thought I was going to go into was accounting.
Accounting?
Yeah, so
That's very different.
Yeah. So I was doing accounting from like year 8. And, I was getting good marks in it. Then in year 10, I got the accounting award. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to be like the top accountant in the game. And my parents were excited because they're like, all right, well, he's on the, straight and narrow. This is good. And then year 11, the start of year 11 happened. And I wanted to start doing open mic comedy, right? So I was like, oh, it would have been early. Maybe it was like, I won the award in year 10. So you're taking me out to dates now.
Sorry.
It was, I would have been like 15. And I went to an open mic. My dad came and he was like, oh, this will just be a hobby, it's fine, he's still going to do the accounting. And then I just started like paying more attention to comedy. I was writing jokes in class, so like the teacher was like talking about accounting and I'd be like writing jokes to go to a show that night. So it sort of like took my focus away.
That's when you know it's a passion.
Yeah.
You're doing it in the middle of class.
Well, my parents weren't too thrilled originally, like when I was like, so I think I'm going to take this up instead of accounting.
Oh. But they support you now, obviously.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things, like, they worry about doing something weird until they see that you can,
actually do it.
do it and live on it and you're comfortable. They're like, okay, now he's fine.
Yeah.
It's just that thing of like, at the start, they're like, oh no, but just do the safe option, become an accountant, but if you once you show them that you're actually living on it, then they're like, okay, cool, it's fine.
Is any real job safe, to be honest?
Exactly.
You could be fired at any minute.
Well, everyone does need an accountant, to be fair. Like, it's a lot safer than a comedian.
Probably, but you're doing really well so far, so touch wood, it stays like that. So obviously, your first gig was 15. That's really young, and you did have to bring your parents along to a lot of them just to...
They had to sign
underage.
me in. Like, they had to like come to the place and like sign a legal form, and then to make sure that I wouldn't drink at the venue. But it was funny because my dad, like, most of the jokes he was the butt of.
I was about to say, with your parents there, did you cut them out of the jokes?
No.
Okay.
I made them more of the joke. And like my dad would be recording because it was the early days. So you just like hear in the background him just going, oh my God, like in the video as he's recording me. So.
He's so grounded. But they were fine with it? They just laughed along
they kept going. They brought me to more and more. And then eventually like I started getting weekend shows when I was still quite young. So then their weekends were getting taken up with bringing me to shows at night.
Aww.
So they'd be like, oh, you have to go to the show this weekend. And then I'd start booking in like Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows and sort of just ruined their life. Like,
well, you've paid them back now, right? Hopefully. It's dedication though.
Yeah.
You've got to do
that's
that
what
in
they
the
say.
early
Dedication.
days.
That's the right word.
Yeah. Just say that to them. You were born in Ireland as well before moving to Perth. Like, around 7 years old?
Yeah, I was 7 when I moved here from Dublin.
Do you remember it at all, or is it all still a blur?
Not much. It was very cold.
It was very cold.
It was cold, and then I moved.
So we shouldn't complain about the cold today.
Yeah. But I moved to Perth, which is obviously in Western Australia, and I lived there till I was like 18. So living over there was it was cool, and that's where the comedy started and everything. But once you live in Sydney, it's just so different.
It's hard to go back.
Yeah, it's hard to go back. But don't get me wrong, I love Perth, and if anyone here is watching from Perth,
he still loves Perth. It's okay.
I love Perth.
Yeah.
You have to say that at the end of any, like, you have to disclaim it at the end.
We love Perth.
Yeah, I love Perth, but I would never move back. Doesn't mean I don't love it.
Yeah. Are your parents still there? Or?
Yeah. But they come over every so then, and I go back quite a bit as well. So
that's good.
It works out.
Remember your
well.
roots, okay?
Yeah.
And starting so young as well and being so dedicated to your craft, I really got to take my hat off to you because a lot of people wouldn't do that, especially when they're that young.
I think it was more just me not knowing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could start now. Like, I'm 22 now, And if someone was
it's a bit late for the game, is it?
Yeah. No, just more the fact that I don't think I'd have the balls to do it. Like if someone was like, hey, get up on the stage and make all these people laugh, I'd be like, nah. I'm just going to stick with my accounting job.
Now,
like, yeah. But it's like, I'm lucky I started at 14, 15 when you don't have that fear. Like you just
not as much.
You're just got you're a bit naive and you just go, yeah, I'll do it. What is it? Like it's just adults, And then when you are an adult, then you're like, oh, right, these people are all like kind of my age. I don't, like, when you're like 14, 15, you're like, you're impressing older people, it doesn't matter. But when you're like older, then it's a bit more.
Then you're impressing girls.
Yeah. You
gotta look
all
good.
that other stuff, You're like, I don't want to look like a dickhead.
Yeah. Well, even your first debut solo show at Perth Fringe Festival was when you were 18.
Yeah.
Like that's still very young. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it very early.
Probably a clap, but I can't
probably
really
too early. Like I backed on myself a lot when it's like, yeah, I'll do an hour show, but I really didn't have an hour material back then. So like it was quite a lot of padding. If you can't believe in yourself,
who will?
Yeah, exactly. You just got to back yourself and be like, yeah, I can do that. And then afterwards, it's only in retrospect, like the last year or two, I'm like, oh right. When I was like 18, I did not have enough material for that.
It was really bad.
It was a lot of crowd work and it was a lot of filling time and a lot of now like it's only because I've done hours and hours you can see the difference. Now I don't need to go fuck. Well, if I don't talk to that person for 10 minutes, it's not going to build up the hour.
There are some comedians that just do that. A lot of crowd work. They pretty much keep their material like that. I'm like, what happens if they're not giving you anything?
And that's what can happen.
That would be difficult.
Very difficult. Then
you just look like an idiot.
Yeah. Then you have to go back to material. And if you don't have that material, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, nobody will come back to the show.
Yeah.
And you have already achieved so much at only 22. Congratulations. So as well as being a comedian, a lot of people might know you as a presenter on Triple J. How did that all come about for you? Was radio another dream of yours? Or
I always wanted to get into radio and television. And I think doing stand-up, I always sort of had that in mind. I was like, I want to...
It combines both a little bit, yeah.
And then I was doing shows at the Melbourne Comedy Fest and... the boss of Triple J was in the crowd that night at one of the shows and then brought me in to start doing demos and just
you have the voice for it.
Oh well, I mean I've got like an Irish accent as well, so a couple of my not really but like a couple of my words, like the R words, come across with a bit of a twang. So a lot of people like pick that up and go, what's his accent?
And they love that.
Yeah, but like also as well they're like his R words are so annoying. Stop saying R words. So now I'm very conscious. When I say R words, I'll like avoid it.
No, they're just being racist.
Yeah.
And you do like all different shifts there too. You've done some of the really early morning ones.
Yeah.
How are they? Are you now a morning person or you hate them?
6, yeah, 1 to 6 a.m. They kill ya.
Oh.
But yeah, 1 to 6 a.m. I've done breakfast shows there, so like 6 to 9, which they still are quite difficult because you're waking up at 4. And then, then when you start you like do an afternoon or lunch, they're easy. You get up at 10, 11.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's like,
the body clock's all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's so different than from doing stand-up where you wake, you can go to the show at 6 or 7 at night. The radio's like all hours in the morning or,
So that 1 to 6 shift, does that mean you just keep going throughout the day and just wait till 1 o'clock or do you have a nap?
No, literally I'll get home and like fall asleep like straight away. Because I can't nap before a shift. So I might sleep for half an hour, then I'm like, I can't be bothered because I'm afraid I'm not going to wake up. I'm just going to go to sleep. So I'm going to wake up at like 11 and then go in.
And then people will be like, where are you?
Yeah. All the truck drivers are like, why isn't he on right now?
Why is there just music? Where's the Irish guy? So between working as a radio presenter and a comedian, do you have a preference between the two? Or
I think I like everything. They also go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And then... I think because I do like hosting events and stuff as well like that. So they sort of all go hand in hand. And I think like if you stop doing one, it sort of affects. Like the skills all help out each other. So like if you're doing stand-up, it helps with your presenting. Presenting helps with your like just naturally talking to people. And that all helps with doing, hosting events and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think one thing to another, they all need to like...
connect somehow.
Yeah, it's like keeping all the plates going, I guess.
You got way too many. I'm sure you'll probably be getting more as you get older as well.
Or less.
Less, yeah.
You could go downhill and I could become an accountant.
I hope not. I really don't. I really hope not because you're a very good comedian.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I really wish you luck in that department.
Thank you.
And I got to say, with having all different plates up in the air, as you said, you never get sick of one thing, because some people just focus on one thing and then they get sick of it a bit.
And I feel like you can get burnt out if you just do one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm always quite like, I don't know, I've got a very short attention span. So for me, if I'm not doing heaps of different things, I can't focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I try to just juggle everything.
You've got a heap, so you'll never get bored.
Yeah, no,
you'll just 100%. Be like, oh yeah, every day will be different.
No, that's for me. I could not imagine anything worse than sitting in an office 9 to 5. So that's why.
Me either. Why do you think I work for myself?
Yeah.
I totally get it. And then every day is different for me too. You actually want to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, yes, I got a
when
great
you know
day
what you
today.
want to do and you can
and
do
you're
it.
passionate about it. Yeah. Well, also quite recently you appeared on Channel 9's talking about your generation as part of Gen Z team. How was your experience with that? It seemed like they were really making fun of you and digging at you, but it did seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was heaps of fun. I mean, that's part of it. I really have never cared about people taking the mickey. And if you're getting paid to do it, then
who cares? I'll take, in your face.
Say all the insults you like, but that was real fun. And Sean McAuliffe is such a legend on television, and Andy Lee and stuff, so working with all those guys was heaps of fun. And that's definitely something television that I want to start doing more of as well. So it was real fun. I had a great experience doing it.
Hopefully we'll see you on some more of those shows.
Yeah, 100%.
Love to see you on Celebrity Name Game. That is such a good show, and I freaking love it at the moment.
Yeah, some good.
I could see you on that. But just in case they call you up, you might want to start practicing already.
Yeah, my general knowledge and trivia of things is so bad. Even when I play board games or quizzes at home, it's bad. So when I with that panel show and things like that, I genuinely. I'm I should really know more of this stuff. I need to start saying stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to be in the background for this whole show.
Well, as long with Celebrity Name Game, you just need to be able to get people to guess the word.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's a lot. Yeah,
being able to explain things without saying the word.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So, and a bit of celebrity knowledge. There's a part of the game where you do need a bit of.
I feel like my celebrity knowledge is okay.
Is okay.
It's better than
my. Be able to get through it.
Yeah, it's better than my trivia knowledge.
Yeah.
My trivia knowledge.
Don't go on talking about your generation again, because that is trivia.
Yeah, exactly. It's all trivia. I got a couple of questions right.
Well, I feel sorry for anybody that has you on their team for Celebrity Name Game in the future.
I was when you was with the captain beforehand, I was like, oh, he's not going to win tonight.
Get practicing now. You got plenty 100%. Of time. We'll tag Celebrity Name Game and get you on there. Now, I got to say, there's definitely some hardships with being a comedian, as there is with, really every industry. For one thing, are you, told to tell jokes, all the time, even when you're with friends and stuff?
I think, at the start, because I was in school when I started.
So it was oh, you're a comedian, tell us a joke.
It was a bit of a novelty. People were like, oh, tell us a joke. And I'll be like, it's not how it works. I've got to have an audience, and I've got to have, can you get me a mic stand and a microphone? Then I'll tell you a joke. Also, can you, pay me?
Yeah. It's the whole thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel a lot of people just think you can do it on the fly. And, it's a thing that comedians say, it's... asking a doctor to just suddenly perform brain surgery. It's you can't do it. You can't suddenly do it, but people just think you can. Sometimes people say, "Oh, just tell me one joke though, just one joke," and it's nah, it's not going to work. It
might not be a good joke, and then you won't think I'm funny at all.
And they're not really the jokes you just do. Hey, listen to this one I heard in a joke book. It's not all like that. It's a bit more performance.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but people don't see it as that. They just see you as a joke monkey that just goes up and tells jokes.
Yeah, that makes you laugh somehow, whether it's from the joke or the whole story and the performance.
Yeah. People don't understand that. They just think you get up and tell jokes. No, just tell me one joke. There's not really much respect.
No, unfortunately. Even with me, people just just sit down and interview with me. I'm like, that's not how it works.
That would be way worse. You're well, do you have 45 minutes on your hand?
Yeah, exactly. You're ready for a real sit down, and I need to research you. If you want a really good in-depth interview, not just the surface stuff that anybody can do, the stuff you can Google. And do you ever find it, now at, 22 is still quite young, going to, you know, big comedy festivals and things and sharing the stage with these other incredible comedians that are usually most of the time older than you. Is that ever daunting? And
I guess at the start it is, but now like a lot of them are just friends and colleagues. So they're really just nice and like mentors. At the start. And I mean, you know, even with them stages, I think once you do one thing, you're not afraid of it. It's like radio, you know, you might be daunting at first and then you just do it 100 times or whatever and you're just not afraid of it. Same with the stage, and you might do your first theatre show and that might be daunting, and it might be with a whole bunch of like big acts, and then you do it a bunch of times and then they're just like, okay, hey, how are you? You know, just anything you do, like any job, I think it just becomes second nature after a while of just doing it.
So you don't get nervous in front of the crowd anymore, or
no? I mean,
just a bit of adrenaline rush.
Yeah, like if it's like the first night of like a festival show, of like my own show, then I might be a bit more nervous, like a brand new hour of material and things like that.
So the show I'm coming to, you'll probably be nervous.
Yeah, that might be the first time in a while that I'm nervous, because like especially that one is like trying new jokes for my festival shows next year. So I don't even know if all these are funny yet.
Well, it'd be a very good night. We're going to chat about that a bit later on, and I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to see it as well. But before we do that, into a more serious topic now about the hardships of being a comedian. You do have the job of, you know, making other people laugh and telling jokes, make other people happy. Do you also like take the time out to make sure that you do the same thing for yourself? Because I know ever since like Robin Williams passed away, it was a wake up call to us all, going, you know, comedians can also have some hidden demons, go through depression without us even knowing, because they're making everyone else happy but not themselves.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess like it's easy to really like just put your head into it and just focus, because there's so much stuff you do, and obviously there's so many plates you're trying to spin, and you know, most people that are in comedy are quite ambitious, so they want to keep progressing, so it's really easy to just put your head in it and forget everything else. And I'm guilty of that, like a lot, like just focusing on work stuff the whole time. But yeah, in like the last year or two, I have noticed like I've gotten back into things, like I've started playing soccer again and tennis, like all the things I gave up to just focus on this. Now that everything's like sort of in order and I know my schedules ahead of time, and I know, you know, it's all a bit routine now and feels so yeah, I guess in the last year or two I've really tried to, and I always try to hang out with mates and go out to nightclubs and parties and things like that. So yeah, I do make time to go out. Like I think you wouldn't have material.
Be a normal 22-year-old,
Yeah, I think you need material. Like I wouldn't want to be on stage just talking about other gigs, because that's my whole life experience. So I want to go out and do things, so I've got stuff to talk about.
The audience can't relate to that.
Yeah, 100%. If I just started complaining about other audiences, like they'd just be like, well, are we just going to be your next bit of materials? So yeah, I try to do as much as I can.
That's good.
For material as well. So I guess I'm still sort of in work mode. Like, well,
out with your friends and you're looking around going, okay, what could be my next joke?
Yeah, that bouncer didn't let me in. That's going to be a great 10 minutes of material.
Yeah. 10 minutes, wow, okay.
5 minutes maybe.
I was like, wow, really stretching it out.
Depends on the interaction with him, I guess.
That's true. Well, is that going to be a joke in the next show? Because I'll be looking out for it.
Yeah, I don't know which bounce. Actually, to be fair, I'm pretty good with bouncers. So
okay. Well,
I'm not that threatening, I don't think.
So go to a club with him, guys.
Yeah, I'll get in.
And I'm sure, as we all do in this industry, you know, including me, you do probably have some haters and get some hurtful comments. You know, last year on Twitter, you did someone posted like a rude comment that, you know, that someone texted you when you were presenting on Triple J. Shut the hell up, you little prick, play the damn music. And you even put in one of your materials that was it Brett from Wagga Wagga saying, can you just be hit by a train already? That's like, that's not even a joke. That's like quite, you know, if people really took that on board, that's
I've got
very hurtful. Does that ever get to you?
No, not really, because I've sort of got the wrong approach. Oh, I mean, the right approach, but some people might think it's the wrong. Like, some people might get upset where I'll look at that and be like, oh, this will be great online content. So I usually just use it as online content. And like, I posted one recently, maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago, right before my Sydney shows, where some guy from Melbourne was like, don't go to watch Ciaran Lyons, went there with my wife and was taking the piss out of mature age students and all this sort of stuff. And my wife is a mature age student. She was sitting right there, and I just posted it up, and like everyone was just like commenting on it. So I don't know, like I was just like advice taken.
More bad comments?
No, more like laughing at this guy, because I was like, advice taken, will not attend this show and things. And then like people started tweeting that guy, which was hilarious. I was like, oh, I was not really intending for that, but like some people started tweeting that guy. And I was like, well, I'm not going to complain.
Well, it would have been good if, you know, some fans kind of got your back. And
yeah,
was like,
exactly.
You know, leave him alone.
Well, it's like one person messaged me after that and was like, hey, I found out he's a massive Game of Thrones fan. And this was when Game of Thrones was going on. So he's like, I'm going to spoil the Game of Thrones for him and stuff. And I didn't say yes or no.
I was just like, okay, whatever you want to do.
You don't have to, man. I was like, I was like, oh, maybe.
But wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, get back at him a little bit.
I'm not a Game of Thrones fan though, so I don't know the effect of how much that would like really impact him. You know, but I know like if it was my favorite show, I'd be pretty annoyed.
Oh yeah, apparently Game of Thrones fans, they really, if you spoil it for them, it's a big deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they won't actually watch the episode and get into it. So and there you go. They've just ruined it for them. The whole ending. They've missed a couple of episodes. Poor you. Anyway, now we're both going to get hate now. Game of Thrones fans are going to come at us. But it's good that you don't actually take it on board, because I know a lot of people do, and that's, I think, a very big contributor to depression these days.
Definitely.
The whole social media aspect of it is so much easier for people just to write a hurtful comment and not even care, you know, whether it affects you, because they hide behind the computer.
Exactly, yeah. I think you just got to look at it like, well, they obviously have issues if they're the ones posting that or sending that. So it's not really on you, it's more on them. So that's
they may have just had a bad day. And
and then they just see the wrong joke, or they just hear you, or even, you know, jealousy can play a factor. There's so many things you just don't know.
That's true.
Or even just they just don't like you, and, you know, they're quite vocal about it. So
well, that guy that said shut the hell up and play the damn music, you know, he could have just had a bad day and just wanted to hear music.
And I might have been talking for like 10 minutes. You know? He was like, Jesus, this is long.
It's like, play the damn music again. Well, on to a happier note, as you mentioned before, you have some shows coming up. Which I'm very excited for, because I actually haven't told you, but on the 9th of August, I saw you at the Comedy Store.
Oh, cool,
And that's where I actually really hadn't heard about you before, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, I need to get this guy on the show. We're going to have a real fun chat. And now that I know you're going to have your own solo shows at the Sydney Fringe Festival, everybody's got to go buy the tickets now. So at Factory Theatre, the 18th, 20th and 22nd of September. And I'm going to come along to 18th.
Oh, opening night.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the night you're going to be nervous.
The night I'm going to be nervous, and it's going to be the most rough of the rough of new jokes might delete later, but, you know.
Sorry.
But no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and, like, I've been testing out a lot of it in clubs around the place, so
that's good.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, in like an hour.
So it's new jokes that you've come up with over the last couple of years of your life?
No. As in, like, I finished the festivals in May, and then since May, like the last couple of months, just like working on stuff.
Wow,
so
very
it's quite,
new. Very new.
That's right. And then for the festivals next year, so it's all that stuff, and then whatever works, I'll bring on to like Perth and Brisbane, and so a bit of a behind the curtain there.
I'm excited. So everyone go buy your tickets now, because I'm sure they will get sold out very, very quickly because of your amazing talent. Good luck with it all.
Thank you.
And do you have anything that you can share with us that's coming up after the shows? Do you have stuff that we can look forward to in the future?
More
shows?
There's something exciting, but I can't actually, which is, I guess,
something you can come back on the show for and tell us about?
100%. And it sounds like one of those pretentious things we can't say anything about it, but legally can't say anything about it.
That is fine, but that's just something for us to be excited about
100%.
in the future. And we'd love to know, do you have any advice for the people watching that might want to become a comedian in the future?
Just do it. Like,
just do it?
There's so many people, and it sounds like the worst advice, because I know when I
started... It's true, though. You need the confidence to do it.
But I know when I started, I'd be like, I want to know, like, the golden tip. And like people are like, just go up and do it, because like so many people will be like to me, I wish I started younger, I waited like 8 years to do this. And it's like, if you just do it, like just start. Once you start, that's the hardest part, is actually just doing it for the first time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking.
And then once you do it, it's actually not that nerve-wracking. After you've been through like all the worst situations, like you've had your heckles, you've had like no laughs,
the bad crowds,
after you've had like no laughs, it's actually not that, it's actually like the nerves go away and it's fine, you know, but you just have to get through all that shit situations.
After the no laughs, I would have thought you'd be more nervous.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, once you get through enough of those.
Cue the crickets. Yeah. And what am I supposed to say now?
Yeah, exactly. Once you get through enough of those, then you're like completely fine.
Yeah. You've got the confidence within yourself hopefully, to keep going.
And then you try new jokes in a new hour and it goes back to square one. And then you get nervous again. And then they might not laugh again. So it's never ending. But, it's fun. You should give it a crack.
It's a never ending cycle. As long as we said as you're passionate about it, you keep going. And then just try it. Try anything. Radio, you once didn't know how to do that either.
Spin all those plates.
Yeah. All of them up in the air. And we do have a question here that a couple of your fans did want me to ask you, if you don't mind if you don't mind answering it. Are you single? And if so, what do you look for in a partner? And would you date a fan?
Yeah, I'm single, and what do I look for in a... I don't know. What?
He doesn't know what he looks for in a partner.
That's I've never been asked that before. Because, I guess when you're young, you just don't look for things. You just learn from your mistakes.
That's true, yeah. After a bad relationship, you're like, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, you just learn from that. I'm not going to get back into one of those.
Yeah.
So, I guess, just at this point, just nothing, just learning from mistakes.
Someone that wants me.
Yeah, just learning from mistakes, I guess.
And would you date a fan, was the other question.
I guess,
if it's...
no one's off the cards, I don't know,
He's single, ladies, so you got a chance. And we are unfortunately getting to the end of the interview, Ciaran, but as a closing statement, and was probably the most important question, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Oh, wow.
So 14 probably was just about to go on stage for the very first time. That just hit me.
Just stick with accounting. No, I don't know. A 14-year-old self. I don't know. Don't worry about things.
Stress too much?
Yeah, don't stress about things, little things, because you realise as you get older, them things that you thought were the biggest things are actually not that big, and you can make mistakes. Be okay with making more mistakes. Don't be afraid of making a mistake.
They're there to learn from.
Yeah, and no one's, you'd always think, you make one mistake and that's the end of that whole thing. And reality is you make millions of mistakes and it's all fine.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be the main thing.
That's good advice for actually all the young people listening too, because it is true, you stress way too much when you're young.
Yeah, 100%.
Should I wear this or should I do my hair like that? Who cares? Just be yourself.
It all becomes nothing. You just, whatever.
The real people are going to be your friends. The people that don't really like you, just let them go. And before we go, if the people watching want to contact you or find out what you're up to in the future, tour dates, everything like that, where should they go?
I guess Instagram. MySpace is dead. Facebook's...
MySpace has been dead for years.
Facebook,
Maybe decade?
Facebook's still alive. Instagram's still alive. So I guess
for now.
Twitter's kind of dead.
Yeah.
I guess Facebook or Instagram.
I feel like only us journalists use Twitter.
Yeah, to get the breaking news.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I guess Facebook or Instagram would be the top two
ones.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go. Everyone follow Ciaran and go buy tickets for the shows coming up.
Cheers.
And thank you so much for coming on the show.
I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And of course, you're welcome on the show anytime in the future. So if you want to come back on, promote anything, or just have a fun chat.
Yeah, it's good to come back to this bench.
Exactly. I'll just meet you here. This time next year, we'll catch up and see what's been happening.
I'll put the date in the calendar.
And for everyone watching, as I said, follow Ciaran on social media, buy the tickets. I may see you there on Wednesday night. But for now, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.